Now let's break down our next story of the day and discuss the latest details with the Grayscale ETF. If you didn't know, Grayscale is the largest hodler of Bitcoin in the world. Their product, GBTC, owns over 600,000 BTC. That's pretty substantial. So let's break this baby down. Massive shout out to everyone in that live chat. Now, major crypto investment firm Grayscale Investments has filed a new application with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission for a new spot Bitcoin ETF. Let's go. October 19th, Grayscale submitted the S3 form registration statement with the SEC, intending to list the shares of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust on the New York Stock Exchange, ARCA, under the ticker symbol GBTC. The new filing aligns with Grayscale's ongoing effort to convert its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a Bitcoin spot ETF. According to a statement by Grayscale, quoting them here, "We remain committed to working collaboratively and expeditiously with the SEC on behalf of GBTC's investors. The latest S3 registration statement is a shorter filing version of a typical Form S1 statement that targets the initial public offering of equity securities registered under the Securities Act. Now, GBTC, however, is eligible to use Form S3, a shorter filing that incorporates by reference its SEC disclosures and reports, because its shares have been registered under the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 since January of 2020, and it meets the other requirements of the form, according to Grayscale. Now, the firm mentioned that Grayscale would be able to convert GBTC to an ETF and issue shares on a registered basis once the NYSE ARCA 19B4 app is approved, and the Form S3 must be declared effective by the SEC. So here's what the announcement added. Importantly, GBTC is ready to operate as an ETF under receipt of these regulatory approvals and on behalf of GBTC investors. Grayscale looks forward to working collaboratively and expeditiously with the SEC on these matters. So Mr. Gary Gensler, again, the ball is in your court. The news comes weeks after the Grayscale and GBTC won an SEC lawsuit for the spot Bitcoin ETF review with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia, ordering the SEC to explain why, Gary, it rejected Grayscale's application back in June of this year. The company also filed with the SEC to list an Ethereum futures ETF in September, but nobody cares about Ethereum ETF, especially futures, fam. We're looking for the spot Bitcoin ETF, and that's all. Grayscale is one of the several companies seeking the SEC approval to launch the spot Bitcoin ETF, including companies like ARK Investment, BlackRock, Fidelity, amongst others. And according to Bloomberg intelligence analyst James Safart, BlackRock filed an updated Bitcoin ETF prospectus October 19th, which is today as well, as I shared in the intro of the show. The filing is likely their response to the SEC comments, like we have seen from ARK, Fidelity, and others, he said, adding that it brings more confirmation that issuers are in talks with the SEC. So it's a good sign. It's only a matter of time before the spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved, and the million-dollar question becomes, which one is likely to be approved first? Will it be BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager? Could it be Fidelity? I think it's the second largest asset manager with $4.5 trillion. Could it be ARK 21 shares with Cathie Wood? The deadline for the SEC to respond now is January 10th. So the deadline becomes before the other ones? Or do you think they'll all likely get the green light at the same time so that they don't show, allowing one to get the first mover's advantage ultimately, you know what I mean? So keeping it fair within the market space. How do you think that's likely to play out? Let me know, fam. And by what month do you think that ETF will be approved? All I know is if we get this baby approved before the Bitcoin halving scheduled to take place in April of 2024, game on. 2024 can be the most bullish year in Bitcoin history we have seen for a very long time. So personally, I cannot freaking wait.